Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin because I have no idea how else to start this video. If you know me, I am the Kilted Cajun, and I have been harassed to the point over the past 2 years to finally get this idea of a channel off the ground. I have loved Legos and Lego building. Yeah, I said it. For decades and decades and decades. I'm old. I'm a collector. I'm a child at heart. And there's a few things that I've been wanting to talk about concerning the hobby and the kids' toys and the little plastic bricks that everyone loves to call them. And it generally stems from, well, sets like this. I'd like to discuss pricing. Is it expensive? Is it overpriced? And ultimately, it all depends on your, essentially, the value proposition that you have with the company that's putting out the lovely little plastic bricks that we just so enjoy putting them together. It's all a matter of perspective. Lego Death Star came out, and there's one other set sparking massive amounts of discussion that we're going to get to at the end. But my argument has always been, whether you want to believe it or not, Lego hasn't changed their pricing in well over 20 years. And I'll show you how. I can't wait to get this set, honestly. I love it. But real quick, over the arguments on pricing and whether or not Lego is a kid's brand or an adult's brand, or how the collectors have mutated, or I guess I can't think of the word, but they've destroyed it for children. And yet here we have set after set, reasonably priced, 80 pieces for $5. That's less than 10 cents a piece, ladies and gentlemen. $5, 53 pieces, and a minifigure. So there are still many, and we can keep scrolling. I use Brick Economy for this little video. I appreciate the work that they do for sure. You can have opinions on the little F1 collectible car race, but F1 was a massive series last year. Maybe it was because of the movie. Just one after another. There's the minifigures. Let's keep scrolling down. They showcased each and every single one, but you still have set after set after set, minifigure, random, one for $5, that are quite reasonably priced. Let's go to the next page and see what we have to offer. Minifigures, let's get past that. Not terrible pricing as far as I'm concerned, but again, as a parent, as a collector, as an adult, you make that decision for yourself. Going over some of the, what I personally like to do is I like to check out the price per piece when I consider value of a Lego set. Here we have 2026, 276 pieces, price per piece, 11 cents. It's a $30 piece. Not too terrible, right? At least I don't think so. Another city set, $65, comes out to about 12 cents per piece on average. Get into Star Wars, because that's the big hot topic. Star Wars licensed sets. There's a few of them out there that are absolutely ridiculous. The tank that they refurbished for, what, the third or fourth time, comes out to about 20 cents a piece, a set that I will never get my hands on, not even if it goes on sale, because I don't find the value to be there for me. But hey, we have a nice little mech here, 151 pieces for $15. That's what I like about all the mechs. They have different mechs of different IPs, different licenses that are all roughly the same number of pieces and the same price, and they all come with one or two minifigures, which is ultimately where a lot of people find the value. What else we have? The Starship Collection, the Venator class mini. $80. Now that's a little pricey for 643 pieces, but 12 cents a piece on average. If that's not good enough for you, well, the next one is one of those overpriced, at least in my consideration. About the most I go, unless it's in sought after set for me, for my collection, is 14 cents per piece. Again, my personal value. This one, BB-8, why on earth anybody would want anything from the Disney Star Wars trilogy, 16 cents a piece. I consider this to be overpriced, but looks to be a rather specialty with the plaque right there. $90, 16 cents a piece, that's a bit much. And if you're considering Lego is going up in price, this is too expensive, that is too expensive, well, I have a surprise for you. Let's go back 10 years. 2016, the Lego Fire Station, 919 pieces for about $100, 11 cents per piece. 10 years. 10 years difference. Roughly the same price per piece. You can argue, does Lego fluff the sets with extra pieces that aren't necessary? I guess that might be a whole different argument in and of itself. It's quality, it's enjoyment, value is always personal. However, one of the things I never took into account was inflation, but I decided to do that this time. This set, based on the value of the dollar 10 years ago, would roughly be about $134, 14 cents a piece. Take that information for what you will. Here's one, a few specialty pieces there. The Lego City Airport Air Show, 13 cents a piece, $90, 670 pieces. Now, it does come with 6 minifigures. Adjusted for inflation, $120. Let's go back to Star Wars, because that's the theme. We're going over City and Star Wars here. 2016, again, 10 years ago, $119 at the time, 12 cents a piece. Seems to be about the same price, not accounting for inflation, as sets that are coming out today. So where's the increase in price? Where's the loss of value? Here's another one. Assault on Hoth, 12 cents per piece, $250. This is actually a set I really wish I got my hands on, but it is what it is. Adjusting for inflation, what on earth could that be? $335, just 10 years. Again, not too many collectors really care about that, but we're talking about the argument versus whether or not Lego prices have increased. Not good enough for you? Let's go back 10 years. Another 10 years to 2005, where I don't know how they had the gall to call this a value pack. Looks to be 1, 2, what is this? 3 sets in one, 4 sets in one, maybe more. That might be 5 sets. $119 for a total of 664 pieces, coming out to 18 cents per piece. Now, at that time, I would have found that to be a ridiculously overpriced set. Kind of interesting that all these numbers I'm throwing out there, and thank you for making it this far. I hope I haven't bored you out of your mind. Almost like the price or the value of the work for Lego sets has gone down almost. But you make that value judgment. Lego City Police Station, release year 2005, 586 pieces, 12 cents per piece, $70. Now again, if you care to adjust it for inflation, that would be adjusted to $115 in 2025 money, because the inflation calculator doesn't go into 2026 yet. Back to Star Wars 2005, we got a 10 cents per piece right here. Almost like, again, price per piece hasn't really changed all that much. Next time I'm going to get one. I try to get them, the ones I looked up, I tried to find ones with relatively similar prices, relatively similar piece count, look and feel, and everything. And finally, this one, lovely one right here. Again, Imperial Shuttle, Imperial Inspection. $50 for 367 pieces, coming out to 14 cents per piece. But the value in this one, and I'm sure the value that a lot of collectors, a lot of Star Wars fans at the time that wanted this set, it has 10 minifigures. Even just basing that on the blind box minifigures, you're looking at, that's a $50 value in and of itself. Again, everybody's got to put their own value. And the reason for all this is the most latest, the most recent set, causing all the controversy from people who I've never seen Lego posts from, but it's because it's in entertainment, it's from a movie or it's from a franchise, is this monstrosity, and I'm going to call it a monstrosity. The new Lego Pokemon sets. They've been showcased. They're showing the price point and the piece count. $650 is definitely nothing to sneeze at. This set is not for children. This channel is not for children, for sure, because I might be getting obnoxious if you know anything about me and my discussions on social media about Lego prices. This comes out 6,838 pieces at 10 cents per piece. Anyone who is a Pokemon fan, a Lego collector, is looking at price per piece and celebrating. I can guarantee you. The number one issue with this set is that, unfortunately, a lot of Pokemon collectors may have gotten used to the look and feel and quality, or well, definitely the look of the Mega Constructs set. Now, if you are a Lego purist, that's fine, but some people just like the toys, they like the IP, they like the Pokemon. I personally believe that the Mega Construct sets looked quite a few times better. The eyes, the look of Charizard, all these, I don't know. So far, looking at the sets, the only one I genuinely like is Eevee. This, probably not a set I would ever be getting into, but hey, that's me. As far as value, again, that's individual, based on the individual, but 10 cents per piece, that's fantastic. That's amazing. There's a lot of people getting shown or getting introduced to Lego with all the collector sets coming out and complaining that the adult market, the collector market, has ruined the value, ruined the prices, ruined the Lego franchise. Franchise? And I disagree. Lego is for all ages. It always has been and it always will be. They have it on the box up to age 99. Dick Van Dyke, you can't play with Legos anymore. Lego has always been for everyone. You don't have to buy these sets. $650 is nothing to sneeze at. This is not a set for children to play with. It is a collector set, hanging out on your shelf and looking nice and cool and pretty if you're a Pokemon fan. Figure out, if you're going to make the argument of whether or not they're expensive, you're not going to hear a discussion from me. Are they overpriced? Some of them, not all of them. For the most part, I would say no. But, more videos to come. This is the first one on the channel. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for making it this far. And I hope to see you on the next one. Y'all have a wonderful day.